Hello friends, welcome to the show. I'm Robert West. Today's video we're going to discuss should the Democrats shut down the government. But before we start, I just want to thank all the new viewers and subscribers to the YouTube channel. Really appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. It doesn't cost anything. Feel free to comment, like, share. Now let's get into this video. So the Democrats have very little leverage because they didn't win anything in the previous election. They didn't win the presidency, they didn't win the House of Representatives, and they didn't win this U.S. Senate. As you know, the Republicans have cut funding for subsidies for the Affordable Care Act, Medicaid, Medicare, SNAP food program, all types of medical research at multiple universities. All these things will harm the general public, all of them. With that said, what can the Democrats do? The only thing they can do is negotiate to restore some, if not all, of these benefits. Do I think they'll do it? Based on the two leaders in the House, their leaders in the House of Representatives and in the Senate, I don't think they'll do it. I just don't think they have the stones to do it. They don't want to be responsible for shutting the government down. Now, they are very unpopular right now. And what people say over and over and over again is they want to see them fight. This is the perfect opportunity to fight for something other than putting a few bucks in your pocket. Now, does it hurt if the government is shut down? It can hurt. It can hurt. It can hurt a lot of the functions in the country. However, everything's being harmed anyway. And this is the last opportunity for a while for them to do this. So should they do it? Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, the Republicans did not want to negotiate whatsoever. They didn't negotiate anything. They just wanted to do what they wanted to do. They wanted to give the wealthiest people and the wealthiest companies big tax breaks. They did that. They wanted to cut funding for all these programs that are very popular among many people. They did that. Well, now it's time to stand up for those people. How they react to this may determine the outcome of the next election, if there is a next election. Some people don't believe there will be, but we shall see. But all the funding, all these different programs have been pretty much destroyed. Pretty much destroyed. In fact, if you remember, if you haven't been following or you're not sure, many programs that were funded, the Republicans took away that funding. It was like a rescission of those programs. The Democrats need to stand up. They need to try to restore these programs as much as they can until the next election. Charles Schumer, the Democratic Senate leader, I have zero confidence in him. Zero. Hakeem Jeffries, zero confidence in him. The leader in the House of their leader in the House of Representatives. These guys are typical politicians. They are what I would call corporate Democrats, meaning that they support these corporations because corporations are the ones that are donating the money and getting them elected. And I don't believe they'll do anything. However, there are many Democrats in both the House and the Senate, and they don't have to go along with these two clowns. They're clowns. Don't confuse anything. They are clowns. Their leadership is poor. Their leadership, even in the New York City mayor race, they haven't supported the Democratic candidate for whatever reason. For whatever reason. So they are just puppets of corporations. Should they be in leadership? Absolutely not. Should they even be elected? No. They don't represent the people of New York who voted them in. They're representing the big corporations who want to make sure their pockets are lined with money, and they don't give a damn what happens to the average person in this country. So we shall see what happens, but I don't see these guys standing up. Hopefully there's enough Democrats that will stand up, and they will not fund this government, and they will let it shut down until they can get the majority of those benefits restored. The majority. Not 10%, not 20%. Like 95, 100% of those benefits have to be restored. Because if they don't get restored, it's just going to cause more problems in the short term for sure. All right, friends, that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel yet, please consider doing so. It doesn't cost anything. Feel free to comment, like, share. What do you think? Should the Democrats pull the trigger and shut this government down until they can actually negotiate something? You know, no handshake agreements, none of that stuff. You know, if it's not in writing, you can't agree to anything. You can't trust these guys at all. They're not trustworthy people. They have their own agenda, and screwing over the American people seems to be their agenda. They're just bowing to their corporate masters. So thanks again for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.